God is so amazing. He can take cursing and turn it into blessing. Doesn't mean he authored it, but he's amazing at doing that. He can turn terrible things, ashes, burned out ashes. And I know there were days when you saw that's all that was left was just a pile of burnt ashes. God can turn them into something so beautiful.
You know,
coming up here, we'll probably talk a little bit about the process.
Yeah.
Because it didn't just happen. I mean, we did. I mean, some things did just happen. God was really, really good to us. But we did go through intense counseling.
It's a long journey.
And we had to walk through some things, definitely. And it should share some of those things maybe a little later on. But what we are saying is that today, as difficult as the process has been, hasn't it? 3.5 years later, you know, we have come through it. And we're launching dickandjoan.com, and that's part of this conversation today.
And how exciting is this?
You know what is the other surprise to me, Bill, is that the technology is so different today.
Yeah.
That we're allowed to do this
Yeah.
and essentially be accessible with...
To the world.
To the
but,
world.
You know, we've been really, really blessed because we've had this amazing group of, well, we call them young people, but they were like younger generation that have been with us through this journey over the last, 3.5 years. And they've constantly gently nudged us in this direction.
Yeah.
Why don't you go on the internet? Why don't you do the internet? It's it's the future.
It is
of
the future.
television.
Yeah,
And
it
so,
really is.
and one of them, of course, is your son, Steve Prankard, and he's been with us, and Steve and Barb are with us in our office, and then Chris and Nikki Cook, and Lily Van Loo has just been absolutely amazing. That woman is amazing. I mean, what you see today is
Yes, what we're
signature
partaking of
Lily.
is
And it's just amazing. But, you know, we've had such a wonderful group of people that have walked with us through this process. People like you who have been our advisors and counselors, but also a company of people who have really walked with us in grace and mercy, and young people who want to see something different.
Everybody's had
modeled.
their season, you know.
Yeah.
I think if I could quote my son Steve, he said once, would have been so much easier if Dick never sinned.
It would have been.
It's so, I mean, everybody had that process. However, I watched them as they made a decision. Steve and Barb made a decision because they were your friends. They loved you.
Yeah.
And it didn't mean it was easy.
No.
It didn't mean there wasn't going to be a cost for them. But, because I remember, you know, when they were finished where they were at the Miracle Channel, they didn't know what they're going to do.
No.
They didn't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But I watched them and been so proud of them as they've stayed consistently with you and seen the grace that's been in their life. And so I think, you know, everyone in the journey has had those times, but you got to know that we're all excited about the fact that Solomon is being birthed.
Right on.
I have no idea what that means and
You
what
will.
that looked like.
You
but
will.
When I read that, and when I saw that, I felt the Lord spoke it as a rhema word. I know that He's going to give us our Solomon.